Well, so far so good. Um, I've taken my time a bit more on the climb up. Um, I've tried to rest as much as possible um, to prevent myself from sweating too much, um, to kind of try and make some smarter decisions. A few of the things that I did were to get my water in my CamelBak and put that directly against not my skin but this base layer thermal that I have to try and warm it up because it was starting to freeze, and that kind of worked as like a personal air conditioner for me um, while I was hiking, and to also warm up my water so that I have some actual liquid to drink while I'm up here. This is by far the hardest thing that I could have imagined doing. Um, it's very cold, it's windy, I can see my hair freezing and everything. I brought out the big guns as far as the warm clothes that I have for when I do stop and start to cool off. I've opened up my um, fleece pants so that I can kind of vent out my legs and everything while I'm walking. It's kind of a balance and a constant moving target as far as um, keeping warm, but not too warm, not sweating, because that water will get, or that liquid sweat will get very cold and freeze against your body if you're not careful. Um, I'll take my gloves off because I'll feel my hands sweating, and then a couple minutes later I can feel the bite of the cold and put them back on. Like right now, my hand, even just holding my phone, it's getting very cold. I'm gonna swap my hands and everything else. So to kind of give you an idea of where I am, after, well, it's almost 9 o'clock now, it's 8:50. I started out right around 6:30 this morning. I set my alarm for 5. I wanted to leave at 6, but it took about 40 minutes for the water to boil so that I could have hot breakfast and coffee. Behind me are the mountains that I'm hoping are about 4.5-ish miles out. There's, let's see, behind me here, which you can't see because of the snow and ice fog out here, but there's a rock that I'm headed for that when I asked my wife to check my location with my GPS, said that was about 5 miles out. So I'm just about there. I gotta climb for maybe another hour or so. I decided against the sled. Sorry, I was looking and seeing if there was an animal there. I decided against the sled, and this was why. I didn't want to drag the sled up and commit myself to having to haul back a caribou today if I got it. I would be content with taking a shot at a caribou, not missing, spending the time to quarter it up, bag it up, and then go home. Tomorrow I can bring less gear because I won't need to worry about sitting for a long time for hunting. I can come out, I can get the caribou, turn around and go back. So tomorrow, if I get a caribou today, I'll bring the sled to haul the caribou back. But I didn't want to commit myself to all that work, especially if it would be wasted work dragging the sled. What I did do though was kind of make a bit of a compromise for myself. I swapped out my kill kit bag for a much heavier bag, and I have a lot more jackets and thermals. By the big guns, I mean I brought all that. You can see this big jacket here, my CamelBak, which is a full day's supply of water if I can keep it liquid, and I brought a whole day's supply of food. So the goal with all that is that I can climb up, and basically my vented thermals, um, Gore-Tex gear that's open on my pants, off on my top, be able to climb up um, without sweating too much, and then be able to stay up there and be able to bundle back up to be able to stay warm enough to stay up and hunt all day with water and food. Now, yesterday I think I left around 5 o'clock, and I think that was a good idea. I got back to camp around 7 o'clock, even though I was really moving and not resting much because I knew I had dry clothes and a warm sleeping bag to get into. Um, it took me a good 2 hours to get all the way down. So today I'm going to try and do the same thing. So what I'll do is I'll climb up. Hopefully in the next hour I'll be up there, and that should give me about 7 good hours of hunting with 2 meals and 70 ounces of water to be able to hold me over. Anyway, it's getting very cold even in just this 5 or 6 minutes that I've been making this video. So I'm going to put my gloves back on, my pack back on, and start climbing again. Wish me luck.